Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Gunpowder and Freedom. So Sunday morning here, just about wrapping up with the window project I have going on. A couple of these windows need taped in still, and a couple of them need nailed out the rest of the way. I have enough nails in them to hold, but ran into some issues with the lift yesterday and had to postpone that. But other than that, couple minor little mishaps. A couple window openings need resized. That's why the one right above me in the attic area isn't in. But today we're going to be jumping into the basement because the temperatures are dropping. We're looking for some work, so we're going to start roughing in the grade in the basement, bringing stone in, finalizing the French drain, getting some blue board up against the wall, and seeing what else I need to get the underground plumbing in. And then from there we can do the radiant floor heat end of this week, hopefully, as long as everything's in, and then get some concrete poured. So we'll jump into the basement. I'll show you guys what we're doing. Okay guys, so if you remember when I was getting that room prepped in there, I had to build a ramp. Before I got the ramp in, I had to put the French drain in. I had to get the right amount of blue board up against that wall to provide extra protection from frost from coming through that wall into the basement floor. So basically what we need to do from here is finish running this blue board here. That piece needs trimmed a little bit. We need to finish running the French drain around here to connect with our former drain there, and then run our 2-inch blue board down here, and then return it there, as well as the same over here. Now I'm not really going to touch this all that much just because this is where we have the plumbing going out. So I need to drill a hole right about here, not where that orange dot is. But so I need to drill a hole there for our sleeve to take our exit line out of the foundation wall. We need to finish running the French drain around this wall, and then again, blue board down here. Obviously we got a piece there, but we need more of it. And that means this blue board's probably coming down from my doorways, because that's the blue board I need. So I mentioned radiant floor heat. That system uses a 2-inch blue board as well. That style of insulation board's a little bit different. You'll see that here later, but it's 2 inches thick. So we need to keep the top of our grade, like all the stone and everything I'm bringing in, down an extra 2 inches. So typically we would bring the stone up to the top of our footer here, pour 4 inches of concrete on that. Our final grade needs to be 2 inches below the top of that footer. That way the concrete has a nice transition. As soon as you start hitting it with like hard ledges and stuff like that, believe it or not, it actually does create a weak spot in your concrete. So gonna go ahead, get the machine fired up, start resituating some plumbing stuff, and yeah, just I guess get going here. All right, so we got the insulation board up. Now, like I said, I'm leaving it out here, and I'm not gonna do too much work here because I still have to drill a hole. Josh showed up to give me a hand, which is gonna be a huge help. We got the French drain pipe run around here, as well as the insulation board up there. French drain pipe run here, sorry about that, and insulation board run there. So now as I bring my 2B gravel in, Josh is gonna help hold that foam up. We'll get that set, and then I'll walk you through our rough grade that we're gonna do. All right, so we got all of the French drain covered up with our nice river rock, just the regular 2B gravel. It's holding the insulation board up. Like I said, we're leaving this part go for right now so I can drill a new hole for our sewage line. Same thing with over there. French drain is covered, blue board's held up, and then we even combed that back. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and start bringing our nice 2B limestone in for our final rough grade. Ideally, we want to be this area. We could probably go our normal grade height, which will be 2 inches below the top of that foam. Same thing with up here. We don't have any digging, but over here where we're going to be running our sewer line and everything, we want to be about 6 inches low. That way we have room to dig, room to work, and then the pipe will be held. So get the camera set up and enjoy the time lapse. Alright, so with the help of Joshua, I was able to get a lot of this stone roughed in, probably 6 to 8 inches lower than what my top of grade is going to be. That way we have some working room for the pipe. We're going to have some stone here to help support all of our runs so that they stay nice and level, no bows or no flexing or anything. And then obviously I still need to drill that hole, so that'll get done tomorrow. But for now, we are good to go. We can enjoy this weekend, so we'll see you guys back here tomorrow. All right, everybody, so we are back in the main basement of the house. Yesterday we got the floor in the storage area poured over there. Jumping over here today to try to work on some of this underground plumbing. First and foremost, I need to get our exit hole drilled. Now we did sleeve, sorry, I'm kind of talking loud, I got the heater running. Apparently it wanted to snow last night and now it's cold again, so try to be somewhat comfortable. But we did sleeve underneath the footer, but because our footers are thicker, that's putting us an extra like 18 inches to 2 feet down. So by the time we take our septic run the whole way out into the yard to where it needs to be, it's going to be super deep. So what we're doing right now is we're picking that up. We're drilling a hole 2 feet below our bottom of wall. So as we gain our fall, you know, 5 feet or so, 5 feet out from the house, we'll be at bare minimum 3 feet below our grade. So we're gonna go ahead and I have my SDS Max set up with my 6-inch hole saw bit. Now that is a masonry bit. It has a hammer drill bit, and these are all you know, diamond teeth on it, so that's going to drill us a hole. Obviously this is not 12 inches thick. That's how thick this wall is, so we'll have to drill it about 3 inches at a time and then use our SDS hammer drill and chisel that out. Sorry, I'm a lot of thoughts going through my head right now. So we're going to go ahead and get drilling. I'm going to try to pull some of this stone and everything back, give myself a little bit of working room, and we'll get drilling here. Okay, so it only took my SDS with a chisel, a hammer drill, 1-inch bit, my Sawzall, about 4 blades, leaf blower, and I finally got this little piece of rebar out. Hopefully that's the only piece of rebar I'm going to be hitting. It was one going horizontal through this wall, That's the only one I can see. But the reason I say that is because I'm almost out of sawzall blades here. That's my last one, so let's hope that's that, and I can get back to drilling and chiseling this hole out. Alright, so that took way longer than I wanted to, but I got the hole drilled through. Obviously there's still one rebar sticking up through. There were two rebars sticking up there that I hit. One was a 1/2 inch and one was a 5/8 inch. The 1/2 inch I was able to get out pretty clean. The 5/8 is being a little bit more stubborn and kind of toasted my sawzall blade. So we'll get a better metal sawzall blade and get that cut out of there, and then we're able to sleeve it. Going through a foundation wall, you need your sewer pipe to run through some sort of sleeve to help protect it in the event of settling, plumbing moves, whatever the case may be. You need some reassurance that your main sewer line is not going to be up against masonry. So we'll do that, but now I'm good to go ahead and paint out my lines, figure out my layout, and start digging some ditches. Enjoy. All right, so I have most of the lines painted on the ground, and I started moving fittings before I realized, I should probably walk you guys through what I'm doing. My time-lapse camera was dead, was having some issues charging, so I put my Sigma laser level on that to help me out with running these lines, making sure they're nice and straight. So we have our exit pipe going out of the hole that I just made there. We have a shower, sink, and toilet going in this area. I am not 100% sure on the plumbing for that area. So my plumber friend's gonna come over and help me out with this, and I'm also gonna run everything else I'm doing past him to make sure this is all right, because I'm a concrete guy, I'm not a plumber. I know I don't know everything, so this is why I want to do this stuff, is so that I can actually learn. But in theory, I don't think I'm breaking any codes. I'm really trying not to use any 90s at all. Trying to do mostly 45s, nice gradual turns. But we have a 3-inch drop coming down here. We have a 3-inch drop coming down there. And for the future bar area, right about here, we're gonna have a 2-inch drain line stubbed up for a sink. I doubt a dishwasher, but you know, not that that changes that line size, but you know, that's 15 years down the road. So we have a drop here that we're gonna angle. We're not running that straight out from the wall. We're gonna angle it this way to my Y fitting right here. We have a trap back here for a floor drain that we're gonna be putting in right here for the water utility room. So that will run straight, connect up to this Y. That'll 45 out of there to bring it straight to about this point, where it's going to 45 into another Y fitting. Then that goes straight out that hole. Again, we're going to have some fittings down here to connect up to the bathroom. Then we have this set up here, another Y fitting, a 22.5 to get us straight in line with that Y fitting, 45 to come back here for a floor drain here, because right here we're going to put our HVAC system. That way it's centralized in the basement. Smaller runs going out each way rather than putting it back there. One big run, making another bulkhead, losing headspace to get it around that beam. So kind of 2 utility rooms, I guess, but a little unconventional, but that's kind of the way that I wanted it done for a particular reason. So that's how we get connected up to that floor drain there. Then coming up here, we have another Y fitting that we will 90 up to a 3-inch drop. This is going to come out straight here to a 22.5. So we go straight along the wall to our 2-inch pipe. So that's that. All the lines are painted. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna start digging. By the end of today, I would like to have these trenches dug, as well as this footer cut down and hammered out. The way my plumber friend laid this hole out, the elevation, I need this drain pipe to start at the bottom of the footer, running horizontally. So we're gonna get that cut out and get all these trenches dug. Enjoy the time lapse. All right, guys, so we just finished pouring the garage floor. If you missed that video, you can check it out here. But for now, we're gonna finish out the day working in the basement here, starting to run the underground plumbing pipes. First, I need to start by cutting out this footer, and we are gonna make sure we notch this out a little bit deeper than what we did in the storage area. Want that 4-inch pipe to sit nice and low in there, and then we want our pipe to come out right around the bottom of the footer. That should line us up with the hole that we drilled out there. So with all that being said, we're gonna cut that out and then start running the pipe because I'm tired of wasting time. So enjoy the time lapse. Box of goodies and 2 hours to get this last run done. Let's get to it. All right, everybody, so that is it. My camera died when I was taking you through the spiel, so I had to give it some time to charge. But we got all of the caps glued on, gave them some time to set up, so we did a quick cleanup. I got my pressure gauge on and actually found my air hose and my chuck to pressurize this. Now over here we have our shower, toilet, and then a 24-inch bathroom vanity. The shower trap, I believe, will get added after the inspection. That way when we place the shower, I can move that trap around, get it finalized, glue it in place, and then connect my shower up. Who knows, I could be wrong, but I have a call into the inspector to ask him if that's all right. If he wants that put on, well, I'll put it on, but realistically I'll probably have to take that back off because I'm not exactly sure where that shower drain is going to end up being. So this is why I like doing stuff that's out of my realm, is because I get to learn new things. So all the underground plumbing's run. I guess we'll tune back in tomorrow after the inspection and let you guys know the results. All right, guys, so I just got word. Building inspector was there. He said everything looks great. We passed our inspection. Yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm a plumber by any means. I had a lot of good direction, a lot of great help. Tim helped me with the layout and material list. My buddy Jeff helped me, just being available to take a couple phone calls that were, in my opinion, kind of stupid questions, but frankly, they're things that I guess, you know, in my head, it's like, all right, this is how I'm running it. But then when you put it into practice, it's like, well, I noticed the sides of this 90, or, you know, the trap for the floor drains, the two sides are different. Which side goes on the drain and which side, you know, it just stuff like that I've never encountered before, and it was extremely simple. And Jeff, thank you for not making fun of me with those dumb questions and the words of encouragement that if you don't know the answer, there's no such thing as a dumb question. So thanks, buddy. And then the gentleman from Frankenstein Plumbing being available at 7 a.m. at the plumbing store to quickly sketch out the rough-in bathroom plumbing. I really appreciate that. That was very, very nice of you. But all in all, I had a blast doing that plumbing. It was like a puzzle that you have to get perfect. Otherwise, you're going to have some pretty serious consequences down the road. So that was fun. And it was fun, like, actually taking the time to make sure all of my ditches were done right and dug properly, and not trying to just like get the pipes to flex, and you know, maybe we can put a little arc on this 4-inch pipe. And it was cool to like take my time, line everything up, and make sure it was done properly, because as you guys know, I'm not a plumber. I don't do that for my job. So that was, you know, that was a lot for me, but it was fun, and I'm looking forward to plumbing the rest of my house. So yeah, I mean, those guys, thank you Dad, for again letting me use the machines, and thank you Johnny from Cranberry Supply for getting me stone on such short notice with your hectic schedule. Just it's always great to do stuff knowing you have great people in your corner. And you know, that brings me back to you guys that are constantly watching and liking and subscribing and sharing, and just everything you guys do that helps support this channel. I say it in every video. I truly appreciate it, and someday I will try to figure out a way to show you guys how much I appreciate the support. So, but for now, we are going back to the house now to start prepping the basement. We got to get the grade up to height, fill in all those ditches, and then get the radiant floor heat in, because as of right now, we are scheduled to pour my basement floor either Tuesday or Wednesday next week. So a lot of work to do, little time to do it, but we'll get it done. So I want to thank you guys for tuning back in to another episode of Gunpowder and Freedom. If you liked what you saw, please click the like and subscribe. Don't forget to like us on Instagram, and don't forget to check out the description for some product links. Again, I always appreciate the support you guys give me on those. So thank you, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.